Like, you're one of those people that I already loved, and then I saw this, and it was your directorial debut, and I was like, I wonder what it's gonna be like. You're even better. Like, you keep getting better.
Thank you.
Like, it's like you're an onion, just like taking the layers off, like year by year for us. But you were actually, you're back at 30 Rock. You were just recently here hosting, right, with Jenna?
Yes, I was hosting.
Did you like it? Do you like doing that?
It was my favorite job.
Yeah.
I loved it so much.
You get to talk. It's fun.
Oh yeah, you get to talk, and it's felt like I mean, all in an hour. I would like have a conversation with one of my favorite Broadway stars, and then I would like make my own kimchi, and then I got an ear piercing, and it was all before 11.
Oh, before 11. What a day's work. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
No, you did really well.
And Jenna is like really my BFF now. I can say that. I tell everybody. She's awesome.
Yeah, I also love, she's great at eye contact. You know, when you talk with people and they don't look at you, like, and sometimes people don't do that because they get nervous.
You're
but
saying that now I feel like I can't look away from you?
Oh, I just wanted eye contact. No, I'm just saying, like, she's really good. I've noticed doing this job, like, some people are uncomfortable, and so she's really good at like, keeping on to and being very engaged.
She's so engaging. Yeah, she really is. And she's just like unapologetically herself, which is so fun.
Yes,
yeah.
That's how we're bred. But I want to get to this because the movie is so good, and honestly, thank you, I needed it. You get a good cry, you feel good, it restores your faith in humanity. There's so many topics that are covered that are beautifully done.
Thank you.
Have you always wanted to direct? Is this something you've always been into?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely did want to direct when I did a film when I was 12 called The Horse Whisperer, and I worked with Robert Redford. And I remember watching him. Yeah. And I remember watching him, and you never know. I remember watching him, and he was commanding the set and breaking down a scene and working with our cinematographer, and then simultaneously, you know, having these intimate conversations with all the actors. And I thought that job looks really interesting. Like, that seems like the best job. And so I think I thought for a while I would act until I was an adult, and then I would direct. And then I just sort of, you know, as I got older, I became more interested in understanding my job as an actor better. And actually, I think, you know, having done it now for, you know, a long time, I finally feel like, oh, I had the confidence to be able to direct. And
you're great at it.
Thanks, thank you.
Yes,
I loved it. It was wonderful. I hope I have the opportunity to do it again. And but I had an amazing cast and an
I know, what pulled you to this? Why this?
The script was very unusual, and you know, if you have a chance to see the film, it's very original, the idea, and
thank you.
Yeah,
just thank you. Yeah. Originality. Yeah. And it's crazy too, because you find yourself rooting for someone, and then you're like, oh no, and then you're rooting for them again. It's like a very big debate in your soul.
It is. I mean, the character, June Squibb plays a character, Eleanor, and she is, you know, she experiences a deep loss, and she moves back to New York after not living here for 40 years, and, you know, I should say she's 94 years old and moves back to Manhattan and is navigating that. And then through a series of events that's, you know, really, I think, driven by her loneliness and her grief, she ends up telling a lie, and through this lie, meets another character who she becomes really good friends with, and they end up...
Which is unexpected.
It's very unexpected, and they end up really helping one another through this grief. But, of course, their friendship is based on this lie, and you know, kind of I think you start to invest in her getting out of it, you know. But it's about, you know, it's a film about forgiveness, and it's about friendship, and it's about grief, and it's really about love.
And community.
Yeah,
and the loss of that.
And finding your community, yes, again.
Oh, it's so good. First stepped on a Broadway stage in 1959. Since then, she has killed it in movies like Thelma, About Schmidt, and Nebraska, for which she was nominated for an Oscar. At 95, she continues to take on challenging screen roles, proving it is never too late, people. Her new movie is Scarlett's directorial debut. It's called Eleanor The Great. I can say Eleanor. And it's in theaters now. Everybody, please welcome June Squibb! I love the little number here. I'm down. It's like we called each other.
Yeah,
You wear your
it's
bright
a lot of
colors.
color, yeah.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Great
Thank you.
job. This film is so good. And I heard something interesting after seeing it, actually. Is it true that the part was written for you?
Yes.
That is, I mean, what kind of kick-ass move is that? Somebody writes a role for you? That's so cool.
No, she wrote it in college, and when they read it in class, people were saying, well, what actress do you want to play Eleanor? And she said, June Squibb. And they all laughed at her. They thought, well, that will never happen, of course. And so here I am doing it. So she...
That's amazing. I think that's amazing because whenever I write songs, I always have imagery going on in my head as well, and I do picture people sometimes. So it's amazing that you inspired part of that. You know what I'm saying? That's an incredible thing. You're very powerful. Did this film remind you of your grandma?
Yeah, I mean, I was very close with my grandma. I spent, you know, a lot. Her apartment was like a safe haven for me. I used to see her, you know, every weekend growing up, and you know, through my teenage years. And we talked, you know, I think something that really struck me about the script, too, is that, you know, my grandma and I used to talk about everything. You know, we talked about boys, sex, our family drama, you know, current affairs. Like, she was, you know, we had such a deep relationship, and we're
I don't think every grandparent's that open. That's awesome.
Yeah, she was. I mean,
that is not a grandma of the South.
Well, it was my Jewish New York grandmother,
okay.
You know? But... You know, yeah, we had such a, like, deep human connection. And I think in this script as well, you see Eleanor, as June was saying, in all of her many facets, right. And unapologetically so. And it's just very profound, I think, to see people represented in, you know, older people represented in their fully formed way, you know, not just a stereotype.
Well, and also because there's many more people that are living way longer than used to be. There's more people to have those roles and to play those roles and to tell that experience, because that's incredible.
I think that's why now people are more interested in age. And I mean, you see so much more, and people are working later, you know, and the leading ladies are now 60.
Yeah.
And that never happened before.
And it's important because all those different stages, if you just think, even in my life, like, I was so different in my 20s from my 30s to my 40s now. It's just, we're ever changing, and I think all those experiences that we're having are so important for everybody else to not only feel less alone maybe, but also as kind of a teacher in some sense when you're not even trying to teach. This movie is really resonating with everyone. I loved it. I literally did nothing but cry all the reasons why I was crying. There were so many emotions going on. Why do you think that people are connecting with it so much?
I think it's human. I mean, she is wonderful because you see a very nasty woman sometimes. And we all have, you know, moments when we're that.
I don't know what you're referring to.
But it just gives you such a sense of, also, there is life ahead, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, all the different things that Eleanor went through.
Yeah. I love, too, the moment, I don't want to give anything away, but there is a moment that I've literally had with my friends where we look back at pictures and we're like, oh, my God, I thought I was so, like, gross then, or, you know, like unkempt or like whatever, like I didn't have together. And I was like, and I did, and I should have celebrated that then. You know, and it's one of those moments that I think really rings true for a lot of people too, is probably gonna resonate, that really enjoy the gift of being able to live and all of those moments, no matter what you feel, what stage you're at, like, I don't know, like have pride in that and really, I guess, congratulate yourself on that, because not everybody gets that opportunity, you know, in all those years, and you don't really celebrate yourself as much as I think you should sometimes. Did you ever consider acting in it?
Only for June's role, but it was written for somebody else.
Yeah.
Prosthetics.
I think that would be hard to act in something that you were directing. I know I talked to Chiwetel Ejiofor, who's amazing in the film,
incredible,
and he is also a director as well, and he is developing something now that he's, I think, planning on acting in. And I said, how do you? I don't know how you do that. I mean, I've worked with other actors that were, you know, both in front of and behind the camera. And I have to say, as an actor acting opposite my director, I found it to be particularly nerve-wracking because, you know, one minute you're doing a scene with them, and then when their coverage is on you and the camera's behind them, all of a sudden you hear them, they're in the scene, and then they'll go, what do you do like that? And you're like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. Wait, we're not in this. Are we still in the scene? Oh, we're not. You're directing me now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that's if you ever had that.
It is, because they watch. You feel, oh, they're watching me.
But
they're trying to do the scene. It's very confusing, I think.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of work, too,
Yes.
is all I heard. I have to ask, because you've been in the industry for a minute, have you been directed by women a lot? Is it a different experience to be directed by a female?
No, if they're good. I just know good and bad.
Okay, good answer. Good answer. I just know when I hate it and I'm down. What was it like working with Scarlett?
She's a great director. She really is. And I keep saying, she knew exactly what I was going to do as an actress. And that is such a relaxing thing. I mean, I was never felt pushed, or she was trying to get me to do something.
Yeah.
She was just with me the whole time. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it feels like a partnership. That's great.
Yeah.
My favorite part about her as a director is the space that you allow for us as an audience to sit with an experience that just happened. Like from a scene, you don't like, I feel like this world, like right now we're always like, it's so quick, everything's so fast paced, and maybe for some films that's important. But it was so important that you just let this scene sit, and you got to sit, it was like a silent movie at certain parts, because you're watching the actor, you're seeing physically the emotion that they're going through, and no words were needed, and you made space for that. And it's to have that kind of faith in who you're working with, and you understand that because you were an actor, and you know what I'm saying? It was so beautiful, and it was so important, and I think that is one of the best parts of the film, is the space that you allow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the actors are so, I mean, everybody is so incredible, and you know, Eleanor The Great, who's our DP, you can see these beautiful portraits of their face, and you know, it's so, I always, you know, I feel like even when I was editing it, it was like, unless you feel, you know, it's an instinctive thing of like when to cut away from something, because sometimes you just want to stay in the moment, and that's okay. It's okay to give the audience the time to process what they're experiencing too. You know, I mean, as an audience member myself, I have that sometimes where I'm like, wait, I want to see more. I want to see closer. I want to see what's happening in that person's eyes, and you know, things can be edited so, you know, it could be so quickly that you sort of lose, you know, you lose that emotional resonance, I think.
You lose the weight of the scene.
Yeah.
We mentioned the theme of deception earlier. Is deception always a bad thing? And I don't want to give anything away, but
no. Sometimes it's necessary.
Sometimes I know it's a conversation. It's like, is it merciful at times? You know, but it's weird to know if, because I think I've had this conversation with people, and it's like sometimes it's black and white for people. They're like, no, deception is never good, and then others are like, it depends on the situation.
But sometimes you meet people that are like, I don't want to know. Like, if this thing is going on, don't tell me or whatever. Which
I lie.
So I think sometimes people don't want to, you know, they don't always want to hear the truth or know the truth, or maybe they are more comfortable kind of living in their own truth.
Matrix, the blue pill. I don't want to know.
The truth versus reality. I mean, we talk about that too in the film, but it's, you know, it's definitely, you know, it's an interesting question, I think. And we talked about sometimes like, well, have you ever, you know, we get a lot of, now it's like, have you ever lied? You know, are you a good liar? And I'm like, I mean, I've lied to get a part, for sure. Like a lot.
Just so you know, I've been doing this show for 7 seasons. All of you lie to get a part. And there's not one actor that sat here and gone, yes, I can ride a horse. Yes, I can swim. I'm a great swimmer, actually. Like, it's so funny talking to actors, because it's like you got to get the part and to get that chance. And you're like, I know I can learn it. I know I can do it. But it's like, is it bad, or is it a way of living sometimes? I don't know. It's an interesting question, and that's what I loved about the film most of all, is there's so many messages in there, but it's thought-provoking. So at the end of it, you're like, I'm sitting here with my team backstage talking about all the, you know, decisions of like, what would you do? And I find that interesting that you make a film and there's a story being told that makes you talk to your own community and like, where do you land in this, you know, environment, or what do you think? I love that. But you're turning, is it 96 in November?
Yes.
Yes. What do you do for that birthday? Like, what are you doing for your birthday at 96?
Before, I'm going to be in New York for one thing, and I'll be working.
June's about to, okay, I love that you're burying the lead here. She's about to star in a Broadway play.
Oh my gosh! I want to see it. Yeah. So you'll be here.
I'll be in New York. You want to come to my birthday
I do.
party?
I do. I want to come to
Okay.
your play as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. But usually I have 30 people for dinner at a restaurant or sometimes in my apartment, 20.
That's a hell of an apartment.
It is. It is. It's
Yeah.
a great party apartment.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I usually do a dinner
Yeah.
for the birthday.
You had a huge birthday party last year.
Oh,
though.
yes. It was Thelma, and somebody wanted to give a Thelma party, and they said, well, June's birthday. And 200 people showed up. And this gorgeous house, and this lovely lady who is a writer, a film writer, and the food did not stop. It was wonderful.
My kind of party.
Yeah. And I just sat there, and everybody came in, and I just sat there, the queen,
Chilling.
and said hello to everybody.
Yeah.
If you would like to speak to me, you must come.
Yeah.
I love, that's my kind of vibe. Welcome back, y'all. We've got Scarlett Johansson and June Squibb with us. Their new movie is called Eleanor The Great. It is incredible. It's in theaters now. And in the film, June's character moves to New York in her 90s. June has also lived a life of adventurous moments. So it is time to go through some of those moments with a game called It's Never Too Late, It's Never Too June.
It's never too late, never too June.
Perfect. That was perfect. Our super random supercomputer will generate a situation that June has or has not experienced, meaning the truth or a lie, for all those that didn't get that. Then Scarlett and I will guess if June's done it or not before we reveal the truth. So here we go. So I'm gonna hit the button. Here we go. It's totally connected to a computer. Has June ever played the bassoon for an audience?
I'm gonna say maybe.
I'm gonna say it's so random that you have.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Is it true?
No, I've never played the bassoon. but I played a plastic trumpet. I had a lot of pets when I was growing up, and as each one died, I buried them in the backyard, and I had a plastic trumpet, and I played taps every time I buried one.
I love the experience that your neighbors had with that.
The whole backyard.
Another one bit the dust.
Yes.
It's like you're out there playing that. That's hilarious and sad. I'm sorry for your loss. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Okay, has June ever gotten in a fight on the subway? I surely do hope so. Yes, June has.
I don't think so. I'm gonna say no.
I really need it to be true, June.
Yes. I guess I was in my 40s here in New York, and I still look pretty good. And I was walking down the subway stairs, and I felt a pinch on my butt.
Oh.
And I turned around, and there were teenage boys who thought this was the funniest thing they could ever do, was to pinch this lady's butt. And then I started cursing at them. And I used every foul word I knew, and I knew a lot. And they ran. They absolutely ran out to get away from me.
Damn straight, June.
You like that?
I love you even more. Next one. Okay, has June ever been arrested or put in jail?
Well, now that you told me that story, I'm like, probably.
I don't know. There's something about you that I feel like you're the person that gets out of the ticket. I don't know. I feel like you're super sweet. Have you ever been in jail?
No, I've never been in jail.
I'm
Nor
getting all of these
arrested.
wrong. You guys have just met. I'm wrong every time.
No, I was doing a tour of Gypsy, and we were playing Los Angeles, and there was a group that I used to go out with every night, and I decided this night I wouldn't go out with them. And I was sound asleep in bed, and I got a phone call, and they said, June, we're in jail. You have to come and get us out. And I was like, how am I going to get you out of jail? I didn't know how to do that.
Yeah.
And so I said, I don't think I know how to do that. And I went back to bed.
You're their one call? Now, What happens in the South is if you call anyone, they go, I guess it's your time to learn a lesson. That's amazing. I love that you were like, nah, I'm gonna go back to bed. Here we go next. Has June ever dated a coworker?
Yes.
Oh, I frown.
Absolutely.
I frown upon it, but probably.
You definitely.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
No, I love stage managers.
Oh.
Really, I really
All right, Brendan. It's never too late, my man. It's never too late.
But when I was in the theater, every chance I got, I went out with my stage manager.
I love
thought that
it.
was
You
great.
like a man of power.
Yeah.
And that.